People have heard your voices when you weren't there.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
We were doing a work day, and he saw me.
I saw him walk.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That was really loud. Sorry.
I saw him walk out of one of the rooms while I was cleaning in a different area. He walked out and looked at me and then turned around and walked back in the room. And I was like, "What the fuck's he need?" So I walked in there. I go, "What?" And he's like, "What?" I said, "What do you need?" He goes, "Nothing." I go, "Why'd you just come out here and stare at me?"
Fuck up.
And he said, "No."
We were like 4 rooms away, and he said that I walked out and I had a shovel in my hand, which is what I had in the other room.
Yeah.
I was tearing down ceiling tiles with a shovel.
Yeah.
So he walks in, he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You just walked into the hallway and stared at me." And like, "I've been in here for the past 2 hours."
It's clear as day. It was him. I mean, it wasn't like a shadow. I saw him.
It's time for Choo with Jay Sherga.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another ride on the Choo podcast. Today I am joined by two very special guests. To my right, your left, if you're watching on YouTube, we have Steve Brodt. To my left, your right, if you're watching on YouTube, we have Dylan Stevens. And together, they run Haunted Nights events. They were actually frequent guests on my previous podcast, Garage Boozing. But for those of you that are new here they are. And guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, that was in tune.
We spent a lot of time together. Yeah.
It's a lot of time,
It's
right?
a problem.
How many days a year would you guys say you spend together?
More than half.
Yeah, easily.
I see him probably 3 to 1 to my wife.
Because we have events from April to November usually. So November back to April, we get like 4 months off usually.
But we also film 2 long trips during that time. So.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said the thing about your wife because I was going to say, who do you see more, Dylan or Sydney?
Oh, her. Not even close. Him, not even close.
Her.
That's crazy. Him, not even close. Yeah.
All right, so for the people that are new here, can you tell me a little bit about Haunted Nights events?
Yeah, so Haunted Nights is an event company, bring you to the haunted locations all across the country. We rent out prisons, hospitals, asylums, jails, every haunted house, anything you can think of. We rent them out for the night. We bring all the equipment that people see on like the TV shows, the other YouTube channels, and we bring you on a full ghost hunt, 8 hours, 10 hours. Some of them are overnights where you can sleep in the building with us as well.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's a good time. You've been to some of the locations we've done before. You've survived the night, sort of. We do that, and then just under 2 years ago, it'll be 2 years at the end of next month. End of this month. End of this month, it'll be 2 years that we started a YouTube channel.
So how's the YouTube channel going?
It's pretty good. I mean, last year, if you guys don't know, we got robbed. We were out in California. And we were at our peak for our channel at that point. And currently, we're at like half of what we were at that point.
Really?
As far as viewership, yeah.
Yeah, we got 7 videos taken from us at that point. We lost our cameras, we lost all of our equipment, so we couldn't film for like a month. And it just killed all of our momentum.
But we should hit 75,000 subscribers in the first 2 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's cool.
Once you hit 100,000, you get the little plaque.
Yeah. We should get that by the end of this year.
That's badass. Where are you going to hang up the plaque?
Probably won't.
Is it just going to sit in a box?
Yeah. I mean, he can have it. I don't care. He can hang it up.
Where
if
would
he
you
wants.
hang it up?
Probably my office. So I just moved into a new place, and I'm going to have an office so I can actually like do my podcast that I have that I haven't posted on in like 2 years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So he can hang it there because
Because you don't care about a
we've
plaque.
been in our house for 6 years and there's still nothing hung on the walls.
Ouija boards?
Those are not on the walls.
You
I
took them off?
Oh, yeah, I took them down.
I
You
got
took
that-
him down? He used to have a room full of Ouija boards. Like this room was literally, his walls were covered with Ouija boards. Why'd you take him down?
We just redid the room. So we took all the old paneling off and got it all drywalled and stuff. So they're going to go back up. They're just down right now.
I remember the first time I saw that room, like I was afraid to step in it. I was like,
Stuff's starting to spread throughout the house now. There's Ouija boards in the dining room, kitchen. Like everywhere.
Wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so next time you invite me over for dinner, I probably have COVID.
Okay.
Funny story, actually. I brought all my Ouija boards into my new place, and my dad thought I brought someone with me because I was walking down the hallway, and he's like, "Hey, did you bring like one of your friends over to like show him the new place or whatever?" I'm like, "No."
He said, I don't have friends.
And he's like, "So wait, no one else was in the house?" I'm like, "No." And he's like looking down the hallway behind me and stuff, so he thinks that all the Ouija boards and stuff are cursed.
So did he hear noises or something?
He said he saw someone follow me down the hallway and follow me into my room. And then I came out of the room and no one else was with me. He's like, "Where'd they go?"
Neat.
That just gave me chills.
Can I come to an event?
Yeah. You can sleep in the jail now.
Yeah.
Remember? Washington County Jail? You can sleep there now.
I'd rather not. Maybe.
Come on a filming trip with us.
Yeah.
Can I get drunk?
Not while we're filming.
What if I hide it?
You won't be able to. I've seen you drunk. You won't be able to.
That's true. I don't hold myself together very well. But real quick, we're going to take a real quick left turn because there is something that I really like to do now. Well, actually, I've only done it on one episode so far, but I forgot about it. So I'm bringing it back. And I'm trying to do this thing now where at the beginning of every episode, I bring a gift for my guests.
Oh, boy.
So I brought you guys a nice little gift. Let me reach in my old
scared.
pocket here.
It's not going to be good.
No, it's actually, it's pretty funny.
Do I
So,
have to drink
It's
it?
funny.
well, I wouldn't even say it's funny. It's, I would say it's cool. So you guys both go to Adonic Thunder Games, right?
Yeah.
You know my friend Billy Floyd?
Yeah.
Well, how would you like to be Locked in,
Oh,
baby.
locked in.
I got
Hell
you
yeah.
both a locked in
Hell
bracelet
yeah.
from my boy Billy Floyd. It's a lifestyle. You guys are welcome.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're.
We'll rock them in our next videos.
Yeah,
Facts.
I put mine on, and I haven't taken it off since the day I met Billy.
There you go. You got
You
yours
wash?
facing that way.
What?
You wash it?
Yeah, well,
You got yours facing that way, so you can read it.
that's the point. I don't care if anyone else reads it. I'm
gotta stay
in.
locked
Aren't you
in.
trying to spread the message though?
Listen, well, yeah, but like if you stay locked in, you don't have to get locked in. That's the
Facts.
thing.
All right.
He's like, all right. And then, all right, so the next thing I was going to say here before I forget. So these two are the absolute worst texters I've ever met in my entire life.
You're welcome.
So a little backstory here. A couple days ago, popped in my little brain because Dylan texted me a couple weeks ago. Actually, it might have been a month and a half ago. And
It was
he's
a
like-
while ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's like, why haven't we been on the new setup, the new podcast, blah blah blah. So now here I am trying real hard, blowing up their fucking phones to be on the podcast, right? And Dylan, I will say, is a better texter than Steve. Steve sucks, but Dylan's like. He texts back. He's like, "Oh, that should work for me." I'm like, "How about Monday at 7?" It's Monday at 7 right now. Well, probably almost 8. But this episode will be live the next day. But yeah, so he texted back a little bit. Then he stopped. Steve, it took him 3 days to fucking answer me.
You sent the tumbleweed.
I did. I get no. Actually, I'll read it to you guys. I wanted to bash my head off a wall.
But we did respond.
Yeah,
We are here.
That is true. I couldn't believe it. This morning when I woke up, I was not expecting you guys to be here.
But we made it happen.
It's true.
That's the bottom line.
we got locked in.
Yeah.
You did. Touche.
You know.
Oh, yeah. So I text him Friday night at 9 p.m. Are you guys home or traveling? Steve texts back. I mean, not Steve.
Yeah, no,
Dylan.
no.
I see Dylan Stevens. Wow, that's
Yeah.
weird. Anyway, Dylan goes, home currently. What's good? I go, let's podcast Monday night. No answer.
Crickets.
So an hour later, I tag them both because you can tag people on iMessage now so they get the
Yeah.
notification.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, now you
That's
know. You
Crazy.
just do the at thing. So then I go, at Steve, at Dylan. No answer until almost 24 hours later. Steve answers, goes, what time? I go, 7, question mark. Then Dylan answers 2 hours later. Should work for me. I go, at Steve. No answer. An hour later, I go, lock it in, baby. No answer. So then yesterday, I send a little tumbleweed going across like a little like dirt road. No answer. So then I'm 3 texts in right now with no answer. And then today, this morning, I go, does it work for you, Dylan? Because I was like, Steve's not going to answer. Fuck Steve. I'll just do it with Dylan. And then Steve answers literally exactly 3 hours later and goes, a little gif of, is that Pee Wee Herman? Yeah,
That
Pee Wee
is,
Herman.
yes.
Hello. I go, wow, he's alive. And he sends a gif. I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. I go, risen from the dead, I see. I got to send like 4 more texts to finally get an answer. And yeah, long story short, the last thing I heard from Dylan was that little gif of like Homer Simpson going back into like the bushes. And Steve's like, I'll be there. So 5 minutes before Dylan got here, I didn't even know he was coming. Like I thought it was just gonna be me and Steve.
He had
until
2
he's-
chairs set up.
I literally had 2 chairs. And I said to him when he walked in, I was like, I don't know if Dylan's coming, so like I'm not sure what to do here.
But we made it happen.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
We did. We did make it happen. And to play off that, right before we hit record, you guys were telling me that you have your phones on like
Silent.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
24/7?
notifications. Nothing.
D&D usually.
Because like I'm on my phone too much already for work, right? Like with all the stuff we have to do. So if I'm just seeing notifications nonstop or getting texted and buzzing me, like I'm never gonna be off my phone. So I only see like a comment, a like, a message, a share, anything, unless like only when I go in the app. That's it.
but
I
you
was,
don't
I was talking to my subscribers actually on Instagram about that because when I go to the gym, usually that's my time to like kind of figure out what I want to do for the day when I'm sitting in the gym parking lot. And then I'll use that time to record a TikTok. I'll post on Instagram. And then I'm sitting in the gym parking lot for like 45 minutes. Like I already drank my pre-workout. I've just been sitting there staring at my phone.
Doom scroll.
Yeah, literally. So it's like trying to limit how often I consume content versus how much I create.
Okay, so like I get it to a degree. Like I have my Instagram notifications muted, like my TikTok stuff like that, because they're always just going crazy, ding, 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 ding. But my text messages is like, if my good friend texted me, I would want to respond and I want to see what they have to say. No.
Well, when you added us, I got the notification for it.
We
When I
we
hit
still
the
didn't
app, I
answer.
mean. Yeah, and you got the notification. It still didn't fucking answer.
Well,
me.
listen, like when I see a notification, I'll be like, okay, mental note, I have to respond to that after I finish what I'm doing. And then I go and I do what I'm doing and I totally forget to respond. I do that with everybody.
So the mental note really works, right?
no.
Not at all.
No.
But you just have everything silent.
Yeah, nothing.
You
Like,
too, like everything.
I usually do D&D and then like when I'm on TikTok or whatever, I'll turn that off. Just
So,
so,
like-
if I see other notifications coming in.
So like now your iPhone's crazy. So like there's different like do not disturb
Yeah,
modes,
there's
right?
like work, there's like sleep.
And then there's me.
Yeah.
So I have the me on usually like when I'm working and stuff. So like
Yeah.
I do have like calls mute.
Do not disturb. Yeah.
I've got like my calls muted, but like that's because I get a million telemarketer calls a day. Everybody does. It's so annoying. Call me again and it'll ring.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess these two are like, yeah, text me 17,000 times and then we can talk.
A lot of people say when they text me, they expect an answer in 3 to 8 business days.
Yeah.
This is the worst you've ever been texting me. I couldn't believe. Usually you're much better. Like, I'm like, damn, Steve, I haven't seen you since last year. A guy doesn't even care. He's just like, yeah.
That's
wow.
crazy. Well, it sucks too because I hate phone calls, right? Like when people call me, I'll sit there and I'll watch it until it goes off, and I'll be like, "Oh, sorry, Mr. Call, what's up?" Like I would much prefer texting, but it's like at the same time, phone calls when I do answer them, it's instant.
It's quicker.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's well, wait, you're not a millennial, are you?
No, I'm Gen Z.
Crazy.
Crazy.
But yeah, I guess that started with a millennial era, would you say? Millennial generation?
Yeah,
Generation?
people wanted
What-
to just be text and stuff.
Yeah,
Well, that's the other thing too, right? Like people are, because of social media, because of texting, because of all this stuff, you're almost expected to be available for everybody 24/7.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So
You're
it's
not.
like- well, exactly.
Crazy. So, like, who's someone that would text you that you would respond to fast?
My wife.
Oh, so she's not on Do Not Disturb.
No. She's
Crazy.
She's the boss, brother.
She's the boss. She wears the pants?
She has for 10 years.
Wait, have you guys been married 10 years?
No, we've been married. It'll be 7 years this year.
Jesus, time flies.
Yeah.
That was a good wedding.
I was at that wedding. I was a child.
Yeah.
You were there?
Yeah. I was 14, 15.
Did we talk? Probably.
Probably not.
You
no.
I
couldn't really
didn't.
form sentences.
All right. Anyway, sorry I brought that up.
You talked to the bartender a lot.
Yeah, I did. And then I knocked over my glass of wine right by the DJ.
I'm the DJ.
Yeah, I almost ruined everything.
Yeah.
It's all right,
though.
Soiled it.
I soiled it. Wow, I just can't believe you guys have Do Not Disturb on just 24/7. That's insane.
It's so
nice.
peaceful. Yeah.
I mean, because like I go to bed at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So nobody's texting you at that hour.
No, but I mean, so I want to sleep, right? So like I don't want people bothering me before like probably noon.
Yeah.
I get like 6-7 hours of sleep.
Like today, I woke up at 2.
That was crazy.
I mean, I woke
Yeah.
up at like 11:30 today, but
Wild.
Well, my sleep schedule's backwards. So like when I go to drill, I'll have to fix it for like 2 days. But then once I get back, it's immediately back to staying up until 4 or 5 in the morning.
because
and
that's our job. So
Yeah.
like the events are filming. We're filming or doing events. Like our events end at 4 a.m. at the earliest, right? So by the time we say goodbye, everybody pack up, get to where we're going to sleep, it's 6. So we go to sleep at 6 a.m. at the event weekends. That's every Friday and Saturday. And then when we're filming, we go to bed sometimes 8, 9 o'clock in the morning.
So I get it to a point where like if you're doing an event or something, having your phone on Do Not Disturb because you're filming, doing stuff like that, but you haven't been filming the past couple days.
No, but
Fuck Chase.
but I still work until 5 or 6 in the morning because our schedules are backwards all the time. So I can't come home and just flip it around and go to bed at 9 and then be up. You know what I mean? So like when I'm working until 5 a.m., I don't want anything on my phone bothering me until I get up.
right.
Yeah, like
Fuck them up.
why? What?
I'm having fun.
Who were they mad at?
Ghosts.
I was gonna say you guys brought something here. God damn it!
You're welcome.
I've got the house to myself for a week because my roommate's gone.
So you
I was like,
thought.
yeah. So I thought. I guess I have 2 roommates now somewhere.
We brought something for you. It's our
Ghosts
gift
don't-
to you.
They don't pay rent.
Yeah.
Sucks.
It's crazy because they do say the dogs see like
Yeah.
ghosts and shit like
Yeah,
that. So
they're
they
more
could.
up to it.
There could literally be someone in my upstairs right now.
It's our gift to you.
Yeah.
That's a horrible gift.
You gave us a gift.
I did give you a gift. You're right, but I think my gift was a lot better than yours.
Yeah.
I would almost prefer you guys not text me back than bring spirits here.
Sorry.
I'll keep that noted for next
Unless they're
time.
nice. Maybe they're nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably fine.
They could be nice, right?
Doing the dishes, well, you know.
I want that one back if he's going to do that.
What?
If the ghost is going to do the dishes, I want that.
Oh,
one
you
back.
yeah,
I
right.
want that one back.
Come home with me. That
Yeah.
took me a second. I was like, huh? Oh yeah. So Dylan, you were just saying that you spoke about drill, and recently you were promoted to sergeant.
I was.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's weird too because I enlisted in 2019, but I didn't actually go to basic until 2020. I joined under the delayed entry program, it's called. So I have a year in my contract that I basically just did nothing, and that's what allowed me to get promoted so early. I've only actually been in the army for now it's been like 4 years, but it's
So
crazy.
like, if you have a year that you didn't do anything, is that tacked on to like the end?
it
your
still
contract?
it still counts as like time served. So on all my paperwork it says I've been in since 2019, but I didn't actually go to basic until July of 2020.
Thank you for your service.
Of course, I do it for civilians like you.
So like being promoted to sergeant, I don't know anything about like the military and stuff like that. What does that mean?
So you just get more responsibility, basically. So when you're E1 through E4 or private through specialist, you're the one who follows orders and just makes things happen. Like they'll put out a tasking, like you guys have to go clean the Humvees, you guys have to go make sure they work, whatever. And E1 through E4, you're the one who goes and makes it happen. As a sergeant or an E5, you're the one who's supposed to like oversee it and make sure that everyone's doing their work, basically.
So do you like get to boss people around and be like, "Attack!"
I mean, kind of, but
You get to do that?
if I wanted to, yeah, but I kind of subscribe to the belief that you're supposed to lead from the front, right? Like I'm gonna be out there with them, helping them with the Humvees and stuff. I'm
That's
gonna
not
be
a
dick.
boss. That's a leader.
Damn right. This is actually my hoodie from BLC, basic leader course. When you get promoted.
Yeah, I like how he said BLC. Like I'm supposed to know what the fuck that means.
Well, it's just acronyms. Everybody in the military uses acronyms for everything. Humvee is an acronym.
So like, does every Humvee?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Oh my god, it's like
Do you know what that means?
No.
You're laughing at me like I'm.
No.
yeah, it's a bunch of letters.
Well,
It's
no.
HMWVV, I think.
What does it mean?
I'd have to look it up. I don't know. We just know it's
Something
Humvee.
about the
It's a
car.
vehicle.
That's
Yeah.
a good sergeant.
Something about the car.
So like, damn, he goes. So does everybody who like does a couple years in service get promoted?
So the first 4 promotions are automatic. So
Oh, you didn't even do anything for it.
sergeant you have to work for, but the first 4 are automatic. So up through specialist. Like some people will be in for 20 years and they'll only hit specialist because they don't want to be sergeant or they're not qualified to be a sergeant.
So what did you do that some Joe Schmo didn't do to be sergeant?
Honestly, it's kind of easy to get promoted right now because the army is not gonna front.
You're not helping yourself.
Yeah. I mean, because the army's going through the whole shortage, the recruiting and retention shortage and whatnot. And I had the time served and I had everything else that I needed, all the promotion points and whatnot. You have to submit a packet that goes to a board and they look at you based on your MOS or your job compared to everyone else in the army or the Army Reserves in my case.
So like, you're still a weekend warrior, right? I like how he just he doesn't care that I said that.
That's what we say too. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So
I save America one weekend at a time.
one weekend at a time. I love it. So you get promoted to sergeant. Say someone that's like actually like going into like wait. So what branch are you? National Guard is it?
Army Reserves.
Army Reserves.
Same
okay,
idea.
Army. Okay, right. Same thing. Almost, but different branch of military, right?
So National Guard is owned by the state. Reserves is owned by the federal government.
Okay, so you're in the Army.
Army Reserves, yeah.
Yes, but that's part of the Army.
Yeah, Army.
Okay, right.
yeah.
So say someone just enlisted in the Army, but they're going like full force into the Army, right? And they go through basic training.
Mm-hmm.
You're a sergeant. You're above them?
Technically, I mean, yeah. So you're
Crazy.
You're still a sergeant in the Army, but if I were to go like for my 2 weeks, it's called extended combat training. 2 weeks out of the year, usually in the summer, and I go off and I play Army for 2 weeks. And
Play Army.
literally. But that qualifies as my active duty time for the year. In that scenario, if I saw like a specialist walking around, yes, I would be above them technically.
And you'd be like,
But
10 hut!
I could, but no.
So, like,
you
you-
also don't salute NCOs. You salute officers, and I'm an
What's
NCO.
an NCO? I don't know.
Non-commissioned officer.
Okay, so when you say a Ted Hut, wait, is it?
You're saluting with your left hand too. It's the right.
Fuck, I'm a piece
You're all
of
fucked
shit.
up. Might as well start doing push-ups. Go ahead.
But like, say someone's walking by you, could you do that and like be like start doing push-ups?
So the Army's going down a different route. Like old days, yeah, you could be like, you need to start doing push-ups because I don't like the way you look.
Just for fun.
Yeah, just for fun.
Fucking
Yeah.
wild.
But now it's like, that's what I expected when I got to my unit. I'm like, oh, they're going to smoke the shit out of me when I get to my unit. But it's just not really something that you do, especially in the reserves, because it's like you go there 1 weekend a month. You all have civilian jobs. You know, you're all around the same age group. How are you going to tell me to do push-ups? You know what I mean? So in severe scenarios, especially active duty, yeah, you can still get smoked. You still do PT, you know, together and stuff. But
All these insider terms, I'm just like,
PT, physical training.
I wake
oh,
up.
I should have known that one.
I wake up at noon.
Yeah, he's got the life.
I
over
I
here.
walk my dog for a mile and a half today. I'm tired.
He told me that earlier. I go, what?
Well, it
Tired.
sucked too because my last ECT, we went out and we had a day and a night shift, extended combat training.
Thank
my
you.
2 weeks.
Thank you.
We had a day and a night shift. I'm like, I'm gonna take the night shift. That's gonna be so easy with my sleep schedule. And we were in Fort Drum in the middle of the summer, so it was like 90 degrees every day, and I'm trying to sleep in a tent, and I'm just sweating, just like dead. It was awesome, a lot of fun.
So like, how do you like finally fall asleep? You just take all your clothes off and like just,
Pretty much, yeah. Literally, that's all I could do.
Oh, that's
So
insane.
glad he doesn't do that when he's with me.
Yeah, right. Oh, hey Steve. Oh, this building
kinda hot.
There's
kind of hot in this house.
There's a lot of mold, but man, it's really hot. Hey, hope you don't mind. Brings some flashbacks to what'd you call it? CT,
ECT,
ECT.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost had it. One
Combat
letter
training,
short.
some- whatever.
extended combat training. Yeah.
All right, so Dylan, it's funny. I looked at your Instagram earlier, and I don't know how long it's been here, but I did see that it said manager at Haunted Nights events.
Damn right.
Did you get promoted again? Is this another promotion?
No,
always
it was
been
like
manager.
3 years
Yeah,
ago.
it was a while
Yeah.
ago.
Oh, that's been there for that long?
That means
didn't
he
do your-
answers emails.
Yeah, you didn't do your research last time I was on the podcast, Chase.
it was
Nope,
there.
I didn't. Crazy.
No, it was like 3 years ago. 2 or 3 years.
So do you like? Is Steve technically your boss? Do you look at Steve as a boss?
I mean, he says no. I mean, technically, in the scheme of Haunted Nights, I would think yes, right? But
The only difference between us is I pay for the locations.
yeah,
And for travel, right?
Yeah, well, that's so. Yeah, we're still trying to grow it to the point where I can like hire him full time, put him on the books on like the taxes and everything. But like if we do certain events or if we like do certain tours at certain places and we
Tour.
Yeah.
that again.
Would you say
Tour.
Tour?
Yes.
T-O-R?
No, it's tour.
Tour.
Like I'm going on a tour. I'm not going on a tour.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine. If we do that and like
How do you drink your drinks? Like this? Or like this? Tour?
Pinky up, baby.
That's what I thought.
that makes sense though.
Tour.
Tour.
if we go and like do an event, I pay him off the books. Just so you guys
Onto the
know.
table?
Sometimes, when we can do things, we're still getting to the point where we can get him, again, on the tax roll, like the payroll and everything, like as an actual employee or partner of it. So right now the funds just all funnel through me, but that's about it.
Well, that's one thing, like...
So he's your boss.
Basically. That's one thing I don't really talk about a lot, though. Like, working retail, I made more money and it was more consistent than I did with just doing live streams. But we just got back from a trip. We went to 7 states out west. Like, we went to Colorado, South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska. A bunch of states I never would have thought I went to. Like, we went to Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Like, I've only seen that in book. That's crazy.
Oh, that's cool. I don't
got
think
ice
I'll
cream.
probably never see that in my life. You got
what I'm
ice cream at Mount Rushmore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good.
It's Thomas Jefferson's recipe.
Mine wasn't, but I don't.
What?
I don't
It is
get
vanilla.
Yeah.
Vanilla ice cream.
So if I go, again, sorry to cut you off, but so if I go to Mount Rushmore and I'm sitting there taking pictures, that I can just get ice cream.
There's
there?
a gift shop, a cafe, and like an ice cream stand,
And I got in for free because I'm in the military.
which means I got him for free because he's in my car.
Do you eat up those benefits?
Yeah.
They're not very good.
They're not.
I get like 15% at Subway.
Neat.
Man, crazy.
There's a prison in Ohio that we go to. They give him $2 off his
$2.
ticket. $2.
So
That's
like
like-
it's $40 for a tour, but for you, $38.
right there before tax.
Yeah.
That's almost insulting in a way.
It's crazy.
Kind of.
That's actually kind of insulting. Like,
Oh, they're also thinking about taking away the educational benefits. So right now in the reserves, I get $4,000 per year for credentialing and or just like education, going to school. And they're talking about, since no one's joining the army, they're going to bump it down to like $1,000. It's still in the planning phases.
That's not going to help anybody join.
No,
that's gonna make it worse.
literally, but they're dumping so much money into the educational benefits that people complain that the budget's too big and the military gets too much money or whatever. Like, a lot of it is the educational benefits. So like, what if we just gave everyone $1,000? And they're going to limit it, so you can't just study anything. It has to be related to your MOS or your job.
You can buy some
So
books
people are
with
gonna be like, "Yeah, wow, I'm gonna sign up now. This is great."
Yeah, I'm getting less benefits, and it has to be strictly for my job. If I'm an infantryman, I can't go and study cybersecurity.
Why wouldn't I? This is
Yeah.
great.
But it's still in the planning phases. It's probably not going to go through because everybody else is going to look at them and be like, wow, that's really dumb. Maybe you shouldn't do that.
$1,000. You can't even buy books for that.
Literally.
in a year.
Literally, I remember when I went to college and like books were so expensive. It was unreal.
One class for me, I think, is $350 because I get like a military discount or whatever.
$2 off a book.
Literally, yeah.
Crazy. And now with inflation versus I was in college 10 years ago. I can only imagine what books cost now. Crazy how expensive books are. Like, someone's making a shit ton of money.
And you don't even use them.
Yeah.
You don't even use them. Literally, you
Never
don't use
use
them.
them.
They're required for the class, and you never
Never
use
use them.
them. Which
Just
is,
a reminder, too, I graduated in 2020 high school.
disgusting.
I hate that. That's so.
Imagine
gross.
me. I have to hang out with them all the time.
Yeah. It's
At least I can go to bars with them now. We used to be on the road. Dude, we were in Detroit, I think it was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
We got to the airport. I was like, man, I'm going to get a beer before the flight. We couldn't sit at the bar because he was
Just-
20.
Yeah.
you should have told him to go like sit down in a seat or something.
I'm not mean. I went and sat.
Yeah, he's too nice because I'm like, Dylan, is he your boss? And Dylan's like, yeah, technically. He's like, no.
Well, I mean,
no,
because like if you look at it, right? So
technically, yes.
no, because if he wants to film somewhere and it makes sense, we'll film it. It's not like I pick where, you know what I mean?
Because you allow it.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. Like, there's no boss level. Sydney's the boss.
I'll give you that. She's a boss lady. So with the reserves, like, basically, I'm not going to say your job, but like in the reserves, like if shit hits the fan,
Yeah.
and there's not enough people deployed, then they're like, all right, like they pick you guys and then you go, right?
Usually it's like a rotation sort of thing. So I think it's like every 6 years or something where the reserves, your unit can get entered into like a pool that they choose from. But now they're downsizing a lot of units, so they think that it's going to kick up the op tempo for units. So
So you haven't been deployed, right?
no. So last year my unit went to Wisconsin to help with the whole Operation Allies Welcome when we took on all the
thank you
refugees.
for that. Thank you so
I didn't
much.
go, but
Because my
I didn't
unit,
go.
but I wasn't there.
they sent all my shit there though.
Yeah.
Because they told me that I was going, so I brought all of my duffel bags worth of stuff. I took like a week off from Polo because I'm like, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna hang out with my family. And then like 2 days before, they're like, hey, we took you off the list. I'm like, okay, where's all my stuff? They're like, in Wisconsin.
You'll
I'm like,
get it back.
Did you get it back?
Like 4 months later.
Wild.
Yeah, that's the army though. I mean,
So like if you found out that you were actually getting deployed like out of the country, would you be like, all right, let's go? Or would you be like, Canada?
so they give us the reserves are supposed to be like Minutemen, like dates back to the Revolutionary War. You're supposed to be ready to go within 3 days. and my unit's like 2 hours away. So I don't know. I think I'd be down. You know,
He thinks.
fun experience.
He thinks.
I don't. I'm
Some
not gonna,
sergeant over here.
I'm not
He
gonna
thinks.
flee to Canada, but at the same time, if they're like, hey,
They got
you're going
poutine.
yeah, they got poutine.
Ew, you like poutine?
It's pretty good.
Ew, it's...
And the McDonald's still have snack wraps.
They do.
That's true. That's true.
But if they say like, hey, you're going to Syria tomorrow, and be like, that kind of sucks. Like,
And they have McRibs. Oh, love a McRib.
Nah.
What? You like McRibs? Crazy.
wraps.
do you like
Anyway,
fillet of fish?
Give me that fillet of fish.
Yeah, brother.
Give me that
yeah,
fish.
That's the only thing I'll eat from McDonald's.
My only complaint. Oh yeah, you were just saying you don't like
It's
McDonald's.
the only thing
Well,
I eat from there.
My only complaint with the fillet of fish, I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not, but so there's the fish, and they only give you half a piece of cheese, not a full one. Why?
It doesn't. It should fold over the edges.
It should.
It doesn't.
Like a burger. Why does it not?
McDonald's.
Step up your game.
And so if you had the choice of ordering a double cheeseburger or a McDouble, which one are you picking?
I mean, historically, I would say a double cheeseburger. That's just
Literally,
always
what's the
what I've done.
difference?
Yeah.
The only difference is that the McDouble has one slice of cheese and the double cheeseburger has two slices. And if you order a McDouble and add an extra slice of cheese, it's the same price as a double cheeseburger.
Oh, I don't eat McDonald's.
Marketing, man. It's crazy.
I got McDonald's today, not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, he was eating, and we had to wait 5 minutes to start this because he was chugging down a Big Mac.
Damn right.
And a couple nugs, right? A couple nuggies? What's your dipping sauce?
I just do tangy barbecue.
I mean,
Pretty basic.
Yeah, pretty basic.
Dude eats everything dry.
I do. I go to Subway, I get a dry. Sometimes I get the garlic aioli, but I.
He'll
get
order
dry.
like stuff at a restaurant and they'll be like, "Do you want this, this, or this?" Nah. Like wings? Nah.
I eat things one at a time too.
Wings?
Yeah. Well, I
Plain?
Get,
Like no, he'll
Not-
get it
not
with something
plain.
on it, but like he won't get like barbecue ranch or blue cheese or anything like that.
Nah, I don't.
So what do you
dip
get on it?
No, he just okay. He might get barbecue wings, but he doesn't get ranch or blue cheese to dip.
I'll
it.
get like garlic
You
parmesan
don't
or
dip
whatever.
your wings?
No.
That's weird.
No. I eat things one at a time too. Like, did you see? I ate my
Drives
fries
me
first,
crazy.
and then I ate my nuggets, and then I ate the Big Mac. I don't like.
So like if
He'll finish one thing before he moves on to something else.
that's weird.
Yeah.
I'm a variety guy. So like if I go to McDonald's, I get some nuggets, a cheeseburger, some fries, and
Eat a little bit of each.
A Shamrock Shake. I'm like fry,
Shamrock.
burger.
Well, with a drink,
nugget.
it's different, but yeah.
Yeah, no, he's one.
You
most
eat
part.
food without a drink?
Sometimes, I mean, depending.
You can eat a meal without a beverage?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, usually it's just water, but
See what I deal with?
That's weird, right?
You know?
Which actually that's funny because my grandpa would used to tell me how like when he was a kid at the dinner table, like back in the I don't know, he was born in 29, so yeah, 30s, 40s, like family dinner every night, you weren't allowed to talk and you weren't allowed to have a drink with your food. Crazy. Like you would just sit there and
just stare at each other. Just
like talking just wasn't a thing. I think that's so wild.
that is pretty wild.
But now nobody talks anyways because nobody's dinner together. Everybody's on their phones.
Facts.
That's a good point. Like most people I feel like you have a dining room table. Do you eat there or do you like eat in the living room?
I think combined in 6 years, less than 10 times we've eaten the dining room table. And that includes like having Friendsgiving and stuff.
Yeah, one of them I was there for.
Yeah, you're invited every year. You just don't come.
I mean, never mind. Crazy. All right, so my last military question here for you, Dylan, is what made you want to enlist?
I mean, growing up, I always watched like all the movies. You know,
G.I. Joe,
yeah, GI Joe, yeah.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan's a
Quality
banger.
movie.
You're like,
Yeah.
I want to be that guy.
I'm trying to be American Sniper. I want to be Chris Kyle, and then I joined. I'm like, this is not at all what it is.
Jarhead.
Yeah, literally. I'm mopping a barracks room. This is not what I envisioned. But
This is what I signed up
Something
for.
seems different.
But yeah, I would say it's a mix of educational benefits because like my family's not rich. I wouldn't have been able to go to college if the military wasn't paying for it.
Sure.
And you know, the patriotism of it. You know, I get to be a hero 1 weekend a month, 2
You
weeks.
just
out of
call
the year.
yourself poor.
I did. Yeah.
I did.
Actually, at one of the events too, the ghost called me poor.
They did.
What?
That was
Twice.
crazy.
What?
2. Yeah.
Was that Madison?
Fairfield.
Fairfield.
Yeah. We had someone under the Estes method, like where they put on the headphones
Yeah.
and listen to the spirit box.
I did that.
They called me poor, and then I said, "Oh, like, you know."
That's the thing where the channels like flip,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, "Can you set off one of the devices if you're the one talking to me?" And then the music box went off. I'm like,
And he
Cool.
said what?
"You're poor."
Literally
you're poor.
just that?
The crazy
Yeah.
thing is, we were at a poor farm.
Yeah.
So we're at like an almshouse where people that used to have no money and like no family and no house. would
They're like, "Look at
be
this
sent.
kid."
You belong.
One of us.
Yeah, no way.
It was nuts.
That's actually quite insane. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Ghost.
Did you talk shit back?
Not,
No, that's
I mean,
probably
we're-
not good, right? You shouldn't do that.
I mean,
They're also dead. Like I
Yeah.
got one up on them. You know, like I'm still alive.
I can leave.
for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all gonna die.
I did flip my car and take out 4 telephone poles right in front of the landmark. I should have died.
He's
but
dead in at least 9 universes.
At least.
The multiverse.
Don't get us going on that. How
we can
long
talk
you got?
about that all day.
How long
Oh,
you
I'll
got?
talk about them. You think it's real?
Yeah.
Brother.
So
Hold on, wait. Like, are we talking like the Marvel Cinematic?
First of all, okay, I've never seen a single Marvel movie, so I don't know.
Crazy.
Never seen.
That's
single?
insane.
Never. I don't even. Couldn't name one.
What?
Couldn't name one. Don't know.
Spider-Man?
I don't know if he's in Marvel. Is that a
What?
thing?
Are you fucking serious?
No.
That's kind of nuts.
I've never seen.
Not a single one.
No.
Next
okay,
time I-
I've seen Spider-Man, but I didn't know he was in the Marvel. Like I didn't know.
Next
that was...
in the Marvel. Next
In the
time,
Marvel.
next time I text you, just don't respond. All right, please. Instead of it being 3 days, make it like a week.
All right. So I
Jesus.
can watch all the Marvel movies.
Yeah, right. It would take it longer than a week.
in the Marvel. Yeah.
In the Marvel.
What's the other one?
Avengers?
What's the other one? DC.
Yeah, Marvel and DC.
I knew
DC's
that,
better.
though. I knew that,
All right, so your multiverse. Where are you going with that?
brother.
Hit me
So-
with it. I love it.
Timelines, right? Like, because time's not real. Time's just a construct that people have made.
I mean,
right?
it's real.
Only because we say it is, right? Like a fork is only a fork because that's what you call it.
Right now it's 8:11. Ask me in 2 minutes what time it is.
Right, but
What time
in
is it in
California
Germany?
it's not.
What?
What time is it in Germany?
Not 8:11.
I don't fucking know.
It's not,
Exactly.
It's not 8:11.
Time zones and shit. The sun, where it
But
lands.
it's made up
Do you think we like the cavemen were like, it must be 4:11 right now, or
because the
8:11?
sun is over here.
I don't
Yeah.
think they said it like that. They probably said,
Translation.
Yeah, right.
Loose translation.
I'll put the captions on below.
So everything is running at the same time. We think like so that's what we've kind of come up with over the years. Like not come up with because other people thought of it, but like that's kind of I think where at least I've landed, and we've talked about it a lot over the years. More so than it just being like you die and you're a ghost. It's all of these timelines are just kind of going at the same time, right? And every once in a while something bleeds through, and that's why you hear or you see or whatever happens. So example, we were at this place in West Virginia a little over a year ago now. It's a massive psych hospital. It's 250,000 square feet. It's been around since the Civil War. And so about 2 o'clock in the morning, we're walking down the hall. We were doing some filming for a channel we worked with, Sam and Colby, and we were walking down the hall with them.
Oh, just a channel we worked with. No big deal.
Well, we haven't worked with them since then.
Okay, fair.
So we were doing videos with them back then. And so we walked down this hall, and we were going upstairs. And so I'm the last one there. I'm holding the door. Everybody goes upstairs, talking about where we're going next, whatever. Nobody's filming. We're not doing anything. I'm off in my own world, and I close the door. And I think all of a sudden, like, what if, right? That split second when that door closed, it's 1950 in that hallway, right? There's a nurse sitting at the nurse's station, okay? She doesn't see us. She doesn't hear us. But she sees and hears the door open and close. So she's like, holy shit, this place is haunted. It's already 80 years old at that point. She's like, this place is haunted, right? So she goes and talks to her other coworkers, and she's like, hey.
So this was just a thought.
Yeah, just a thought. She's like, hey, this place is haunted. I saw this happen. This door open and close, and what do you think about it? And they're like, oh, well, I've had this happen over here, and I've had this happen over here, and I've heard voices over here. And so she goes home and tells her family, and these stories start getting passed down about this psych hospital being haunted, right? But it's only because we're there investigating the haunting.
They say that all of time is existing at the exact same time.
So we've created this haunting that we're now going to investigate. That ghost story comes from me opening and closing that door. And the reason I'm there opening and closing that door is because this place is supposed to be haunted.
There's a movie like this. Hold on.
It's like, what if we're the ghosts, right? What if we are the ghosts to everybody else? And we had an ESSA session at Fairfield recently on one of our filming trips in January. Question mark?
Yeah.
January. And we were at this place in Ohio, right? And so we did an ESSA session, and Dylan was under. And me and my friend Chris were out listening to the ESSA session, asking questions and stuff. And we had some Mel meters and EMF detectors, K2s, that stuff they used to work with.
Yep.
And we had those going on and off in response to questions. And he said, you guys are dead, or I see you. And we got on this whole thing of like, it seemed like we were talking to other paranormal investigators from a different time.
And it was weird too because I did my solo down there. At the end of the night, we split up. We did solos on different areas of the building, and I was asking like who they were, what they were doing, and I got a response on the voice recorder that sounded like it said ghost hunting.
Yeah.
I'm a ghost hunter.
I'm a ghost hunter.
Yeah.
It's like, so is this, how do we know every time we go somewhere that the people we're interacting with are from 50 years in the past, not 50 years in the future, right? Like, what if we're investigating and people are investigating us?
So the movie about this is called The Lake House. It's got like Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves. You ever seen the movie? Good movie. So there's this lake house, and like the girl's living in 2004, and the guy's living in like 2006. And they end up falling in love because they're writing love letters and putting it in the mailbox of the lake house, but they're in different times.
What if it all just goes at the same time, right? And that's what we're talking about, right? Like, I think that when you die, like some part of you maybe stays behind, or is it not staying behind? Does it just start over, right?
But
like,
what made you think this though? Where did this come from?
just
this
experiences
multiverse?
we've had, right?
Yeah.
So like the one thing that I think sticks out to me is the first experience I had that kind of opened my eyes to this was probably 2000. When was the world supposed to end? 2012?
Yeah, 2012.
And 2000.
Yeah, 2000. Well, I was 7, so I wasn't ghost hunting then.
Yeah.
I was -2.
Almost.
so-
He wasn't alive yet.
Yeah,
so-
December 21st, 2012.
Yeah, so I was ghost hunting on that night. I was like, if world's ending, let's go out with a bang.
Guy has the biggest balls I've ever seen. In my life.
At a haunted asylum, like, let's end it here, right? Cool. So we're out there. We're actually doing a radio show. It was in Western New York. And so we're doing this investigation. And we had just wrapped up the tours. I was a tour guide working at this place at that time. So tour guide working for the tours. And so we had just wrapped up the night. It was like a public hunt. And myself and the other tour guide, we're doing our last walkthrough, making sure everybody was out of the building. Nobody was hiding, trying to stay in the building or whatever. So we're walking down the hall in this one hallway. And we hear an older man yell, hello, clear as day, out loud like I'm talking to you. It was right after tours had ended. So I'm like, oh, somebody got lost. Somebody went to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Somebody got stuck in the building or something. And they're trying to figure out their way out. So they yell hello. And we stopped. And we're like, well, I think that came from down there. And as we're talking about it, you can hear this guy yell hello again. Loud, clear as day. This time it sounded a little bit louder and a little bit closer. So I yelled hello back. Didn't really hear a response. Went down. And we actually caught on a voice recorder. We caught those hellos. And we also caught a voice saying, I hear somebody. What are you doing here? And the way that the tone of the hellos sounded, it sounded like he was just as confused as we were. So it was like he could hear us and not see us, and we could hear him and not see him. And he was trying to figure out what was going on. You know what I mean?
We used to play that in the beginning of the investigations for SGFPS.
Yep. As like a piece of evidence that we've showcased. Because it was so loud and so prominent. I mean, it echoed down the hallway. It wasn't, I think I hear a voice. It was, I think somebody's in the building and they don't know how to get out. And
Him with the acronyms, SGFPS.
Suck with
false
false paranoid.
I know what it is.
You were part of it, Chase.
I know what it is. It's just funny that you said it like that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's I think where it like kind of started. And then it's just we've had too many weird things that like line up with that over the last, especially the last like few years.
Yeah.
With the events, we've been really busy, but then adding YouTube on top of that. Last year, I counted up at the end of the year. I spent over a third of a year in haunted buildings. Over a third of the year in haunted
Shocker.
buildings, 57 different locations, 19 different states, 2 countries. Like we spend most of our time doing this, so it's like we've had so many.
2 countries.
Yeah, Canada.
Ah.
Yeah, it's our neighbors.
America.
Yeah. So it's like we've had so many weird experiences over the years that lead us to believe it's not as simple as like you die and you're a ghost, right?
Because the accident adds another layer to it too, because I did a lot of research after the accident happened. I'm like, statistically, I should be dead. I took out 4 telephone poles. They said I was probably going anywhere from 60 to 80 miles an hour. The EMT said usually 1 telephone pole kills the person, and my car was wrapped in the wires, and I rolled a couple times. So me getting out of the car and the car not being grounded should have killed me. I should have touched the car and been electrocuted. And I found some theory that's called quantum immortality. So it's like you make a decision in one timeline that should kill you, but your conscience doesn't want to die, so it puts you in a different timeline. Where
Oh,
you're still
QI.
alive.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
So like he's dead in 9, different realities, and we're stuck in the one he's alive.
So, oh, damn.
But I respond to texts.
Yeah, sometimes.
It's important.
That's why it
Sometimes.
takes longer.
Sometimes.
That's why it takes longer.
Has to go through all the timelines.
It's got to find the right one.
Yeah.
He's in a different realm answering. Oh, sorry.
That's my bad.
Yeah,
So, that's crazy. It's crazy he didn't get launched out of the car.
dude. All he had was a bruise on his
Yeah.
arm. He had a bruise.
That's it.
No, nothing. No stitches. No broken bones.
How
nothing.
did you crash?
I fell asleep. Oops.
He always falls asleep, right?
Yeah, that's why he doesn't drive.
Well, because I came home from drill.
That's
and
why
then,
he's your boss, because you always fall asleep.
And then we did a video with Exploring with Josh, Jake the Viking. A bunch of other creators went to the homestead and they want to do a video. And they're like, we want to stay there until the sun rises. I'm like, absolutely not. I've been up since like 3:30, so I'm going to go home and go to bed. So we filmed the video. It was great, whatever. I made it like 10 minutes from home, and I fell asleep at a red light.
Right by the landmark.
At a red light?
Yeah.
So wouldn't you be stopped?
No.
He went through the red light.
Yeah, so I thought
Oh, you
that,
blew through.
Yeah, I thought that I fell asleep. Like I stopped because, like right off of exit 17, I stopped at the first red light. I turned down my AC. I rolled up my window or whatever. I'm like, I'm awake now. I'm good. I can make it home. Next red light, they said I blew through it doing like 80.
And you were like almost home.
Yeah, literally like 10 minutes from home.
That's like a
That's
50-minute drive.
I was.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, like they say, a lot of the accidents are like
5 miles from home.
yeah, that and like DWIs, all that shit is usually like right by your house.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, like, not funny, but like, the statistics of, hey, man, most accidents happen within 5 miles of your house. It's like, well, yeah, because that's where people spend most of the time they're
Right.
driving.
You're going to the store. You're
Oh,
not going to go
yeah.
to the store that's
30 miles away.
Right.
You're going to Hanford down the street. Right. So
Wow, that's a great point.
if
Yeah.
you're most of the time in that zone.
Touche.
I'm not going to go to a gym that's 45 minutes away every day.
I'm just not going to
one-
go to a gym.
Me either. I don't work out. Like,
What?
This is my workout. Look,
Yeah,
at,
thought you were
look at this
doing
girl.
12-ounce curls.
I thought you were doing the morning gym thing. You posted on Twitter about it a while ago.
Yeah, back in August when I went one time.
Damn.
Yeah. I got a gym
Gotta
membership.
lock in, brother.
Yeah, I know, right? I have a gym membership I pay $40 a month for.
You haven't canceled that yet?
24/7 Fit City in Queensbury.
You haven't
But-
canceled that yet?
Well, no, because so my insurance pays for $400 a year for me to have a gym membership. So
Right, but you're paying $480, so you're paying $80 a year for nothing.
is that what the math?
40
equates to?
times 12 is 480, brother. Yeah,
Wow, crazy. Yeah, but I don't know. I'll pay.
I'll take $60 a year. Cheaper. It's like,
Yeah, right. Jeez, I didn't. Jeez, your math's good. Fuck, you didn't even have a calculator. But I don't know. Like I have it just in case. Like I said, yo, once I turn 30, I'm changing my life. I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna get fit. Stop drinking the month of January. Here I am.
it's March,
Yeah.
April, even.
Yeah, it is. April.
I made it 1 month and I was proud of that. But
That's
like,
good. Dry January.
I don't drink nearly as much as I used to.
Yeah.
Weekends only or podcast,
Yeah.
special occasions. But like I was drinking 7 nights a week, 6-7 nights a week. So
He said
Oh, yeah,
weekends.
brother.
Weekends
I
are
did change my
podcast.
mind.
He does his podcast Monday to Friday.
I said weekends or podcasts, all right? But back to the multiverse thing because this really interests me. So, how many universes do you think there are?
I don't know.
Probably infinite, right?
I see. That's where it's like so hard. It's like, is there one, or like when you die, does it just start over? And like you just don't know, right? Because like it just
Like reincarnation?
Yeah.
either reincarnation or you literally just start your life over again.
It's just like a loop.
But you don't remember it.
Right. But that's deja vu. You do remember certain parts,
Oof.
right?
We've all had deja vu.
Right. So
Yeah.
it bleeds in for some. How do you remember that? Right. You've
Or-
never been in that situation before.
If there's infinite universes, every time you make a decision, that's a different universe that just formed.
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna go to the store today. Okay.
When the other ones you didn't.
You're right. You would have went the next day or the day before.
Right. Or it's like, okay, is deja vu you remembering something, or is like your gut feeling? Is that because you did something different in a past? Like you went to the store this day and you got in a car accident and died, so your gut feeling's like, nah, I don't need to go to the store today. I'll go tomorrow.
Probably a lot of traffic today
Yeah,
anyway.
and then you don't die,
Whoa.
right?
That's creepy.
Or
That's what we say though. We do this ghost hunting because we're looking for answers into the afterlife, but we always walk away with more questions than answers
Yeah.
because it just doesn't make sense.
we wish it was as simple as you die, you're a ghost. That's it. That'd be so easy, right?
I don't think we'll ever know.
No, until you die, and then you still might not know. 'Cause if it just starts over, you're not gonna know.
Yeah.
Right?
So do you believe heaven and hell?
No.
Not at all. Not for a second.
So I think your interpretation of heaven is your interpretation, right? So like if there is if you die and it's over for like that soul, right? Let's say
The classic heaven and hell. You
Right.
die and
I think that a lot has to do with your conscience, right? Like so if you go to a heaven, it's your version of heaven. If it's your happiest part of your life. Maybe that's the part of your life you relive. Maybe that's what the ghost is, right? So
We
like,
had that in an investigation actually. We were at a house in Massachusetts. It was Emory, wasn't it? There was a gentleman there. He was very religious, very Christian. And he was like a preacher and everything. And we asked him, "Do you stay here because this is your version of heaven?" And he said, "Yes."
like that was his happiest part in his life, right? So like he went
so who
there.
picks hell? What the fuck?
Well, no, that again, it's conscious, right?
Conscious, yeah.
So, like, if you think you were a bad person who does not deserve to go to heaven when you die, you go to your hell, your version of hell. You relive whatever thing is that made you feel that way. Let's say, right?
Crazy.
Crazy. There's a lot to it. It's a lot different than it was when we used to just go sit in the Parks Bentley house for a few hours and sweat.
Yeah, literally. I would do more sweating than you.
It was so hot there.
The attic is so bad.
Yeah,
Well, if we were like Dylan, we'd just get naked.
it's crazy. Yeah,
Dylan's got me saying that's crazy. I say it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's you. You fucking
The first podcast, you're like, "Why do you keep saying that's
Yeah,
crazy?"
And literally, I probably said it 17
he
times.
said it
on
before you
this
got
episode.
here.
Yeah, literally.
He goes,
Yeah,
"I sound like Dylan."
I did say that. word for word. Can't believe it.
You're
Wow.
welcome.
But yeah,
good.
it's complicated, right? Like it's we don't know.
Well, the fact that nobody knows just makes it that more complicated because like everybody wants to know.
And it's like, I think you leave pieces of yourself behind while you're alive. Cause like people have heard our voices and seen us at locations or at the homestead, for example, when we weren't up there. And everybody's like, oh, because of Hollywood.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody like, cause of Hollywood is like, hey, that's an evil spirit or a demon, you know,
It's
trying to-
mimicking us.
mimicking you and trying to null. Like,
People have
null-
heard your voices when you weren't there.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
we were
at
doing
it.
a work day and he
Yeah.
saw me.
I saw him walk.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That was really loud. Sorry.
Saw him walk out of one of the rooms while I was cleaning in a different area. He walked out and looked at me and then turned around and walked back in the room. And I was like, "What's he need?" So I walked in there. I go, "What?" And he's like, "What?" I said, "What do you need?" He goes, "Nothing." I go, "Why'd you just come out here and stare at me?"
Fuck up.
And he
We
said,
were, like,
"No."
we were like 4 rooms away. And he said that I walked out and I had a shovel in my hand, which is what I had in the other room.
Yeah.
I was tearing down ceiling tiles with a shovel.
Yeah.
So he walks in, he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You just walked into the hallway and stared at me." And like, "I've been in here for the past 2 hours."
It's clear as day. It was him. I mean, it wasn't like a shadow. It was I saw him, and it's like, but again, like so. If a ghost is just energy, or if energy can be left behind, then why do we have to be dead for that energy to replay itself?
Clearly, you don't.
Right.
Right.
That's what I mean. Right.
That's
That
why I got to
made
come
me
on more ghost hunts.
That made me feel weird. I
We
don't
were
know
at-
now because if I see you and I don't even know it's you.
We were at Madison, a place in Ohio, for an event a couple years ago, and building's 60,000 square feet. It's 4 stories, a couple different wings technically, and I was down in the break room. I don't remember what I was doing, taking a drink or something. And the group from the asylum portion came down and said, what do you do? Like, what are you doing? I said, taking a break. Why? And they're like, why didn't you come in? I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, why did you walk up to the door, look in the window, and then just turn around and walk away? I was like, brother, I've been down here like a half hour. And there were people in the room talking to me. They're like, he's been down here since like 8 o'clock. And they're like, no, we saw him walk up and look through the window at us and turn around and walk away. And I was like, brother, first of all, I'm not walking up all those stairs and not going inside. It's 4 flights. So it's great.
And to add on to that, one of the first ever like big ghost hunting trips I went on, we went to an asylum out in Western New York, and we were in the laundry room, and we were standing in a circle. I think we were doing an EVP session.
Yep.
And I thought it was him. I saw someone walk from where he was standing and start walking towards the door. I'm like, oh, I thought we were doing an EVP session. I guess we're leaving. So I start following that person, and then he goes, what are you doing?
Where are you going?
Yeah, I get to the door and I turn around. Nobody has moved. So I don't know who I was following, but they were standing where he was. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. There's a lot of, we've been doing.
So what if it's a different timeline? You did leave the room
Right.
at that point in another timeline.
Or it
and-
was,
Yeah.
or it was 15 minutes in the future when we did leave,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, I mean, we've been doing this. This is my 15th year ghost hunting now. So this is 10th year. We've been doing this a long time. I've been doing it half my life.
I was just gonna say half
You
your
know what I
life,
mean?
yeah.
So it's like we've had a lot of really, really weird experiences. Especially again over the last few years, we've been able to see so many more places in different locations in different states. We've had a lot more strange experiences. It's weird.
Yeah, it's very fucking weird. You got to pee?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to pee too, so you go first.
All right.
Oh, yeah, so Steve, you just recently started streaming on Twitch.
I did
Video
yeah.
games. He laughed about it. He's like, I did.
I did a week ago. So that's the thing, right? So with us doing YouTube and the events and stuff like that as like, and the content creation as like our jobs, the winter's tough, right? Because like it's cold. So a lot of the locations we go to are old. They don't have heat. A lot of them don't have like plumbing. So we don't do a lot of ghost hunting and we don't do any events really in the winter. And it's hard for us to go locations and do like live TikTok ghost hunts and stuff because it's snowing in a lot of these places inside.
Winter's coming.
It is here.
It's here.
It's here.
It's
right
coming
now. It's
this
almost
Thursday.
over.
Yeah, it's coming again Thursday.
So it's hard for us to get out and do that kind of stuff. So we're trying to find other ways to produce content and stuff, you know, during the slower months for the ghost hunting, while still, you know, maintaining our followings on social media and keeping people engaged and stuff. And so we have a Discord. We have about 1,000 people in the Discord. It's been going pretty great for a while. And we have a couple.
Send me the link. I got Discord.
All right, we'll send
You're not
you
in
that.
the Discord yet?
It's crazy.
No.
It's crazy. I don't know the link.
Send it to me later.
I got you.
Don't ask me. So it's like,
That's what we have the manager for.
yeah. So it's like we have this Discord, and if people can subscribe to us on Instagram or on TikTok, and one of the perks of subscribing on Instagram and TikTok is you get a private channel in the Discord that we talk in more. Like we hang out in there more. We play, you know, virtual card games.
You respond?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you have to be in the Discord.
You gotta pay.
now I know.
So it's like we play, you know, the card games on Discord. We play whatever. We watch movies in there together. We do watch parties and stuff. And so some nights we were playing Fortnite in the Discord with these channels, and like a bunch of people get on and we just play Fortnite for a while. And it got to the point where we were playing until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning every single night. Like every night we were on there playing Fortnite. And I was like, I might as well stream while I'm doing it. If I'm sitting here playing anyways, let me just start Twitch. So I started it like a week ago. I actually started streaming for the first time. And I made affiliate within the first week because you have to stream a certain number of days. So I got affiliate, and we're up to like 40 subscribers on there now, and some gifts and bits. And I still don't know how it works.
Gifts and bits. Yeah,
I don't know how any of it works.
I stream on Twitch sometimes. I still don't know what it means.
no
So-
idea what's going on. There's like a sound that happens. Somebody did a height train. Don't know what that is.
Twitch is very complicated.
It's crazy.
They do not make it easy.
It's crazy, and it's such a big platform, and there's so many people on there.
That's
It's
crazy.
wild to see. It's wild, but it's cool. It's been fun. You know, I've been doing it for a week. I got a PC recently, so I've been doing
Love
that. Got a little face cam and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of Fortnite, little mortuary
Face
assistant.
cam? You mean a webcam?
Well, it's just so they can see your face. When you're playing games.
Face cam. No one says
Literally
that.
all it is for. Yeah. And then so we mortuary assistant, which is I don't know if you've played that game. Scary as shit. You have to embalm bodies. One of them's possessed by a demon. And
Right up your alley, bro.
yeah, and things are possessed by a demon. Things jump scare. It's terrifying. I almost fell out of my chair a couple times. But
You?
Yeah, dude, scares the shit. I hate jump scares.
You got scared?
I can't do like I will not go to a haunted house. You will not pay me to go to a haunted house.
Hold up.
Theatrical haunted house, not doing it.
Like, why would we go to a haunted house where we pay someone $20 to jump out of a room and scare us when we can go to an actual haunted house and if
research.
something happens, it's it's paranormal.
Does it scare you though?
Like people jumping out of me.
No, if something happens and then you're like,
Sometimes, I mean,
What?
Randolph.
I mean, Randolph got me upset. Yeah, I mean that was scary, but it wasn't the same kind of scare, right? Like so, a jump scare. I think the worst part about haunted houses and mortuary assistant, these kind of games, is the anticipation, knowing you're going to get scared, right? Like walking around a corner, knowing something's going to happen, but you don't know when. I don't like that.
So when you're on a ghost tour, you don't like go into that knowing you're gonna be scared?
No,
because I do.
I've been doing.
I have.
I've been doing it 15 years, right? I've left a solo from being scared one time.
That's insane. Because I would think that you would walk through a haunted house and be like,
No, because that's so different. Ghosts don't jump out at you and scream. Ghosts don't have chainsaws. You know what I mean? Like,
Not one that we've encountered. yet.
right? It's like I'm.
"Oh,
Imagine.
imagine if one came from the multiverse with a chainsaw."
You see it walk around a corner,
Like
revs the
Leatherface or
chainsaw,
something?
Yeah.
Or
Dude,
it's Dylan with a chainsaw, and you're like, "Dylan, what are you doing? How'd you get that chainsaw?" Goes back in the room. What chainsaw? What
It's
are you
like
talking about?
it's like the Great Escape, right? Like the chainsaw got the Great Escape. He chased me into the bathroom when I was like 10. Just game over right there.
Trauma.
That's like the
It
worst
literally-
fucking amusement park in the world.
Okay,
I
I
used
was
to
like
work
10.
there.
That
It's pretty
explains a
great.
lot.
That makes sense,
Damn.
yeah. But it's like, yeah, no, like jump scares. Like, so mortuary assistant is you embalm bodies once possessed by a demon. You got to figure out who it is, and things are like popping out of cabinets and like scaring you the whole time because it's a demon. Sometimes the body gets up and runs away. It's weird.
But you play Lethal Company. It's jump scares
Yeah,
to a degree, not bad.
yeah, not as bad.
Yeah.
That game's a little bit different. That's more goofy, I feel like.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like this game, I opened a cabinet the other day to get something out to embalm somebody, and like the Grudge girl was in there, and I about shit. So it's like,
Oh, my
her
God.
head was just like there, and
I would have thrown up.
I closed the cabinet really quick. I didn't know what to do. So I just like slammed. I did. I slammed the cabinet in her face, and I
Like she can't get out.
yeah, I didn't know what to do. So it's like that game's fun. We play that a lot. The viewership. So I've also found in the first week on there, viewership for like scary games like that, like Phasmophobia, Mortuary Assistant, is about 2 to 1 for me for Fortnite. So like I'll hold 40, 50 people in Mortuary Assistant, where I might have 20. In
Well, the thing is, everybody plays Fortnite,
Right,
you know?
right.
Not everybody plays a scary
Which
game.
is so tough because like Mortuary Assistant is fun for the first like 2 or 3 rounds you play it that night, but it's very monotonous. It's the exact same thing. Like the jump scares are different, but like you do the exact same thing every game because you have to embalm 3 bodies. You have to do this, you have to do that. So it's like I play it and it takes 35 minutes for each round. So it's like I play it 3 times. I'm in there for an hour and a half. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing.
You should play Sons of the Forest. That's a real good one. What is
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've
Sons
seen
of the
clips
Forest is
that.
real good. So it's like it's just another like scary game where like people
Love those.
Oh yeah, I beat the game with my friend Gabby, and like basically you're in the forest and there's like creatures and stuff coming out and stuff, and the objectives you got to beat and everything. But
People said Devour is really good. I don't know what that is, but they said I'll cry if I play that. So I might do it.
if they think you'll cry, I'm not touching it.
Dude, Mortuary Assistant, it made me. There's some good clips that people have gotten me. I like legitimately like jump, like not just jumping because it's funny, like legitimately like I've been like, holy shit, that scared me.
Do you ever scream like out of fear?
I can't. Sid's sleeping like down the hall.
So instead, yeah, but if you're naturally scared, like how do you do? You're just like, oh,
I jump. I'm like, holy shit, I hate my life. That's what I say a lot. Yeah, they're like, I don't want to be here. I got to go to bed.
that's fucking hilarious.
It's a good time though. But Fortnite's fun. There's a good group of people in the Discord that we always play Fortnite with. I'm just not that good at it, so like doing solos isn't that great. So
Your solos suck.
I do solos every once in a while, and like I'll play like 3 or 4 rounds of solos, and then I'll play like squads, and we usually do better with that.
I'll play some Fortnite with you. I love that.
yeah.
I didn't even know. you
I
had a
stream
PC
till like
to
5 a.m. every day. So
Love it. Are you gonna stream tonight? Yeah. Really?
100%. I usually start at like 11.
That's
midnight.
badass. I'm gonna text you when you leave here, and I'm to tell you to add me on Steam.
Okay.
But,
Steam.
Yeah.
What games do you have on Steam?
Mortuary Assistant, Phasmophobia,
Hold
Lethal
on,
Company.
Chase.
What'd you say?
What games do you have on Steam?
A lot.
Do you have Outlast?
Yeah, I do have Outlast actually.
Scary game.
Yeah.
Scary game.
I love the scary games take up 75% of my library.
Really?
He's
Yeah,
got a Twitch now too. He's
yeah, I
about to
love
start.
scary games.
About to start.
I used to stream back in the day, like in high school. I just streamed like playing Rainbow Six.
Back in the day, it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just playing like Call of Duty and Rainbow Six, and I hope to get back into that pretty soon. But I have to like move into my new place because now it's just all boxes everywhere and it's
And
really
ghosts.
annoying. And ghosts. So
I love that you said that.
You
though.
want a Ouija board for your studio?
For my garage studio? No.
No.
I don't want a Ouija board at all, actually. Like,
why not?
Because that doesn't that disinterests me. I'm not
It's all
interested.
intention.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as like a K2
It's a
meter.
piece of wood.
Yeah.
So if I'm on the Ouija board though, and
I don't
like,
believe in them.
you don't believe in them?
No.
Shut the fuck
So,
up, Steve.
1, I don't trust people. 2, idiomotor effect. You can be moving the planchette without knowing you're moving. It's your
Anytime
subconscious.
I've done the Ouija board, I was that dickhead that was going.
Well, yeah, 100%. Right. So it's like
100%. Yeah.
But even if you're by yourself, right? Like if you're by yourself doing it and you're like, great grandfather, what was our code word that we said that you would tell me when you passed away? And it starts spelling it out, and you're like, I swear to God, I'm not moving it. Like you're freaking yourself out.
Like a
You're
subconscious.
subconsciously, you're moving it without knowing it. It's idiomotor effect. So like your body wants it to happen so badly that it does. It's just I don't. Okay, so if it's real, why can't the ghost move the planchette without you touching it?
I was just gonna say that.
If they can open doors, slam like if they can do all that,
Be like, yo, bitch, if this is real, move it.
Right.
Let's go.
And
Let's
then
see
they
it.
hit you in the
Imagine if it started moving. I'd be like, okay.
one did move on its own in my house, but that was neither.
When we
here
were at
nor
the
there.
homestead, yeah.
Yeah, flew off the wall, but that was
Oh,
expensive.
I knew that. Yeah.
But no, like the planchette moved when I got aboard one time.
You don't think like a nail got loose or something?
The planchette when the thing fell.
What's a
it wasn't-
planchette?
So that's the thing that moves.
Oh.
So the planchette moved when the board was sitting flat on my dining room table overnight while we were sleeping. We came back downstairs the next day and it was like on the other side, which was weird. But then we were at the homestead one night and Sid called me and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You know what we're doing. We're at the homestead. We're live." She's like, "Are you doing something stupid?" I'm like, "Not any dumber than we usually do. Why?" And she said, "Well, one of your Ouija boards just flew off the wall and landed in the middle of the room."
Oh yeah, gotcha, Sid. Like, yeah, what could you have done to make that happen?
I said, is that one of the expensive ones? And it was. It made me sad.
Did it break?
No, luckily it was from like the 1920s, so she picked it.
They're pretty sturdy though.
Yeah,
actually.
solid wood.
It could have been Skippy.
It might. His head's up there.
What? You disembodied him?
Well, yeah.
Disembodied him.
Wait, no, that's not the word, right?
Yeah.
Decapitated.
Yeah. You
Really?
Yeah.
Well, last time I saw Skippy's the skeleton that lives in Steve's
a
basement.
real-
Long story. The guy literally bought a fucking human skeleton, which is insane. But we've talked about it before, so if you want to hear that conversation, go backwards. But because when I saw Skippy, he was like all wired together, and you just were like, "Yo, fuck the wires." Like,
well, no, because like I want to rewire him and get him so he can be standing up like on a display, because that's what he was for, right? So like I want to do that, but I don't know like how to do that. So
it doesn't make you feel eerie just having like a skeleton, man.
No, he's just chilling.
Yeah, it's
he's
just
pretty
normal.
quiet, and it's like so. I wanted to be able to bring part of him out of my basement. I don't have skeletons in my closet. I have him in the basement, and so there was just like one metal rod that went through the whole bottom and like up through his skull through the top, and it was kind of rusted, so I couldn't get it out through like his head. So I just like snipped it at like the base, and I have his head upstairs. He was in a shed before. He's doing better now.
I mean, he's not together anymore.
I'm sure he doesn't care.
If it was me, I wouldn't care. at this
Depends
point.
on what multiverse.
He gets to watch Fortnite every night.
Oh, that's cool. He's like, "Yo, this
Right.
is sick."
Right.
Imagine that though. You're from the 1800s. You're like, what's a Fortnite? What's a gaming console?
Things you would do to a Victorian child to put him in a coma. Show him Fortnite. Show him Fortnite. It's game over.
Holy shit, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So, wait, is the skeleton in that room with you?
The head is, yeah. His body's in my basement.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So the head is just.
It's in
is,
the-
Is it on camera when you're on stream?
No, it's in a cabinet.
Oh, that's not nice. You can't even see you play then.
Yeah, you
It's
can.
glass,
He's
yeah.
in the back. He's in glass.
Oh, so it's not like
It's a display cabinet, yeah. For like all my some of
He's
my
in a
stuff.
drawer, just tucked away.
I could put him on my desk though, I guess.
Okay.
And you never like look at this and be like, "Wow, this was a human life that lived one time."
I do sometimes think about it, right? Like, because that's weird. Like,
His name wasn't Skippy.
I don't
just
know
to
who he
tell you.
is, right? Like, I don't know this guy's story. I don't even know if it's a guy.
You might as well tell the story real quick. How'd you get the human body?
So I
The
collect
human body, the skeleton, not a body, skeleton.
I collect a lot of weird things: Ouija boards, autopsy tables, wheelchairs, jail cell beds, stuff like that. Right?
Skeletons.
So I've always wanted a human skeleton or a skull because like you can collect them and they're worth a lot of money.
I will say a lot of people grow up saying like, "Dude, I want a human skeleton.
It's cool.
I
yeah.
want to own that. That's
It's cool.
sick."
It's cool, right?
Yeah,
so it's like
weird.
Skulls right now, you're not like you're probably spending $1,000 on a good skull right now if you want to buy one. At least if you want a full like well preserved like well strung up body like skeleton, you're $3,500 or more. So I'm in all these groups and like obviously I wasn't going to justify spending $3,000 on a skeleton or something like that. So I just watched, and this one guy had commented and said, "Oh, I had an Oddfellows skeleton. Oddfellows are like the Freemasons, kind of secret society. They all used to have ceremonial skeletons, yada yada yada." So
cool.
he said, "I bought an old Oddfellows lodge that had burnt down or caught on fire. They abandoned it. Bought it from my art studio. Found the old ceremonial skeleton in his ceremonial casket underneath the stage. Said he was cool for the first couple years, but he's just kind of taking up space now. I want to get rid of him." So I messaged the guy, not friends with him, don't know him. Messaged him and I said, "Hey, if you're looking to sell that skeleton, I'll buy him. Like I'll buy it from you." And I'm worried, like, what do you want for him? How much money? And he said, "Well, I know they go for a lot of money." He's like, "I'm not trying to get rich off him." He's like, "I didn't pay for it. It was just here." He's like, "I just want my hair." And he's like, $200. I said, "I'll pick it up tomorrow." So I drove 9 hours round trip down to Philadelphia, went down, took the casket, loaded it in the back of my car, put a tarp over it, and drove from Philadelphia home.
Imagine if you got pulled over.
And so I was like, I should cover it with a tarp. So I have a casket in the back of my car. It made it look so much worse with a tarp over it. I was like, that looks suspicious. But I didn't even like drive home. I went to a prison down there first and like did a tour, and left the
with
skeleton.
a skeleton
Yeah.
in your car.
Yep.
So obviously, you guys are about to get into busy season here for Haunted Nights. What do you guys have planned for this year? What do we see coming for Haunted Nights events?
Weekly videos. Still going to have weekly videos over on the YouTube channel. We do live streams, usually on TikTok. We post on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Follow us on all the social medias. And then events. We're going to have events. Starts the end of this month. We have stuff up at the Homestead, and then
We're in Indiana.
just heading all over.
We're trying to hit at least 20 states this year because we've hit 19 each of the last 2 years, and it's making me angry. So
You want to beat the streak?
I want to hit at least 20.
Beat the streak.
Yeah, and we did a good start. We did 7 states in January. No, March.
Yeah,
March.
Wow, they're pretty far off, but okay.
Well, we did a trip in January too, and December, so I don't remember a lot. It's the old age, but
It's the polished apple.
that's the one. So it's like we did a couple of return locations in Iowa and in Kansas. We went to Nebraska, Missouri, South Dakota. Like we went to Deadwood, South Dakota. It was super cool. Never thought
crazy.
I'd go there. Wyoming. Never thought I'd go to Wyoming.
Colorado.
We got stuck at the Stanley Hotel, which is the inspiration for The Shining, during a 2-foot snowstorm, just like The Shining. We literally got stuck on the mountain in Colorado. Had to get towed out, just like the movie. It was kind of crazy.
It was like a dead zone too. There's no service. They have like phone booths on the side of the road every mile because they know that people are gonna get stuck and there's no service.
And I say stuck, like we could not go forward or backwards in this rental car.
I was throwing sunflower seeds in the ground trying to catch some
The
traffic.
fuck with a sunflower seed?
I didn't
Brother,
have
we
sand.
had no service in the middle of Colorado.
Whose idea was it to throw sunflower seeds?
Mine.
That's
I
not a
had a-
thing. Like
Well, sand, same idea. You throw sand down and get traction.
sand and sunflower seeds.
Something gritty.
Something, yeah.
We were running out of ideas. I mean, it was coming down. We were stuck in literally in the middle of nowhere, which was
Thanks for
cool.
your service.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So it's
Had
like,
military vehicles ever stuck? Yo, sunflower seeds, bud.
it was-
Listen,
but the funny thing is, like, our rental car had Florida license plates too. So like locals are driving by, seeing people with Florida license plates throwing sunflower seeds on their car. We're like, look at these idiots.
the amount of people
They've
that
never
passed
seen
us
snow.
too.
Yeah, they just kept
It was
driving.
crazy. They just didn't care. They're like, sucks.
Some other idiot got stuck again. Yeah.
Welcome to the snow.
But we made it. We got to the Stanley Hotel. Had a $200 dinner, so that was neat.
That was crazy. Yeah, I had altitude sickness, so I was just sitting there. I was trying to read the menu and couldn't even read it. So
That's
it was-
crazy.
It was really awesome.
Yeah, it's wild.
crazy.
But no, it's cool. We saw a lot of really cool places so far this year. A lot of events again. We're going to be all over the place. We usually do events in like 10 or 12 different states every year.
This year's going to be 20 states.
That's with filming and events. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be at 20. So
Love it.
it's cool. It's a good time.
So where can the people follow you?
Everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. They're all just at Steve Brodt. Mine are super simple and easy. Every single platform is the same. Haunted Nights on Facebook, Instagram.
100 Nights events.
Yeah, we don't really use Twitter, but you can follow if you want. It's on there. Sometimes we post on there. And then Haunted Nights on YouTube, of course. Again, weekly videos.
And then Dylan's is not nearly as easy
Yeah.
to
See,
follow.
mine's very straightforward if you get the vision behind it, right? Because it's my first and last name. Just
Yeah, and that's
Swapped.
not easy.
Not just swapped. Not just swapped. Swapped them backwards.
yeah, back. Okay,
Yeah,
listen.
that's not easy because, like, literally, like earlier,
Snivets
before,
nailed.
like how I told you how I saw a manager at Haunted Nights events. Like
Yeah.
to find you, I typed in Dylan Stevens and like you didn't pop up. I'm like shit. So then I see someone that pops up with the same name as you, and I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, so S
Backwards.
N,
Yep.
and then you popped up. I was like, oh my god, thank God.
Yeah,
There
that's the
was
thing. You got to do like SNE and then I pop up. You don't have to do that much.
Yeah, so if you want to follow him at SNE, and then it'll pop up for you. Hopefully,
Snippets.
underscore like blah, blah. Why don't you just like make
Well,
it?
see, I thought about changing it, but the 7 videos that we've done with Sam and Colby, like they have a very large audience, and all in the videos they put the text on the screen of what my handle is. I'm
That's
like,
the-
no, I
that's that
can't
one.
change it.
Fun
'Cause-
fact, there was a fake TikTok made of me today.
Yeah,
That's true. Right?
They've got like 4,000 followers.
You know what's funny because like a lot of creators will get mad when they're like their content gets reposted and stuff like that. But Mr. Beast said it best. He's like, dude, it's only bringing
It's
like,
more views.
Yeah, it's
Dude, they
more-
got our website linked on it. Go for it.
Yeah, literally. Like,
Have a good time.
what harm is that doing other than like the bogus messages
Yeah.
they're sending? Hi, honey. I hope you had a good day.
It was, hi, dear. Something about sorry to bother you in this. What did he say? Sorry to bother you in this peaceful moment. That's how I open all my messages. So.
yeah, right. I could never imagine Steve being, hi, dear. Sorry to bother you in this peaceful moment.
that's gonna be the intro for our next video.
Yeah.
All right, so it sounds like you guys have a lot of big plans ahead of you this year. And do you think the YouTube is going to hit 100,000 subscribers this year?
I think so. I mean, we hit
God
50K
willing.
in our first year. Obviously, we had it's the growth isn't expected,
Linear.
right? It's not expected. So we hit 50,000 in the first year, which was really cool. We'll hit 25,000 between the first and second year, so we'll be at 75K. And I think we'll be able to polish off the last 75 or the last 25 this year to get to the 100.
That'd be a big deal.
Yeah, be cool. That'd
Once
be
you
really
see a YouTube channel with 100K, you're like, wow.
Yeah, that'd
big
be cool.
deal.
And that's like, so there's a lot going around with YouTube's right now with your channel blowing up because of shorts too, right? So like shorts on YouTube are very similar to TikTok. So if you post a couple good shorts and they go viral, you could have 150,000 subscribers, but your videos are getting 300 views because it's followed from the shorts. So it's like ours, we posted a handful of shorts. I think our most viewed short is like 7,000. So all of ours is organic from our long form content, which is really cool because that's the kind of people that are going to watch our long form.
I was going to say,
You
the
know what
people
I mean?
that are actually watching,
Right,
which is
they're
sick.
the ones that are following. So it's like our watch time is really good and all that. So it's been cool. It's been cool to see.
All right, well, I wish you both the best, and thank you so much for joining me here on Choo Choo, and I'm sure you guys will be back soon. If you text me back, probably not, especially after this. It'll probably take longer for you guys to text me back, but thank you guys very much.
Thank you for having us on, man. We'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Yeah, see you soon. Yeah, see you next year.
Come on a ghost hunt. You gotta come on a ghost hunt with us. It'd be lit.
Yeah, well,
I
handcuff
can't-
you in a jail cell.
Well, with this multiverse talk now, I don't know. What if I see myself?
You die.
That'd be cool. Yeah, well, yeah.
The theory with the doppelganger is if you see yourself, you die.
Yeah.
Fuck!